Am I broken? My viewers have been roasting sunscreens in my comment section. Are you one of them? If you got cancer at 75, would you get cancer treatment or would you refuse treatment like this doctor? Brown lipstick is evidently my color. And an update on my plantar fasciitis. Let's talk skin cancer with a side of humor. Today's chatty video. Hi, I'm Sean, Melanoma Mom here. I've been perusing the comment section of my videos and thought we needed to discuss some things. This just in. A doctor claims that if he got cancer at age 75 or older, he would refuse cancer treatment. What? Leave your thoughts about this in the comment section down below because this is a true story. Refusing. He said he felt like he had lived his entire life
and that humanity was not meant to live past 75 years old.
So if you get additional years past 75, great. Good job. There's nothing special about it. He wanted to die and let nature take its course. How do you guys feel about that? I'm 42, getting ready to turn 43. When I was faced with melanoma skin cancer, and I thought that I had stage 3 because I didn't understand levels were different than stages, I did contemplate and come into contact with my mortality. And it wasn't pleasant. I found out about myself that I was not ready to die. I have kids. I have a now 5-year-old and a 15-year-old. And I was devastated that they would be without a mom. So I can't imagine at 75 years old, if I was diagnosed with cancer, that I would just let it run its course. Would my family let it run its course? Would they allow me to just pass on? I feel like we want our parents and our grandparents to stay alive as long as possible. I do feel like we have advanced in humanity and in society, that we have things, medical things, non-medical things like meditation, prayer, things that prolong our life because we do want to live longer. Is that a bad thing? In my opinion, no. I feel like the longer I live, the more I get to see, the more I get to experience, the more people I get to see. I recently saw an article where the oldest woman, she was a nun. Was it in Italy? I can't remember exactly what country she was from, but I want to say she was 118 and she just passed away. She did look weathered. She looked like she had seen life, but I didn't hear how she felt about that. How did she feel living 118 years on this earth? I feel like all life is a blessing. Like I would want to live as long as possible, but then again, I'm healthy right now. I have no evidence of disease. What are your thoughts? Thank you for the incredible views on my Beautylish Lucky Bag. If you didn't see that video, I'll leave it linked down below. I'll try to remember to put it in a card up here as well. But evidently, you all thought that brown lipstick was my color and looked fantastic on me. So thank you. I'm not used to wearing this dark of lipstick. This is the Wayne Goss lipstick in the color Pecan. So if it weren't for you, I don't think I would keep wearing this, but I've been trying it out. I've been brave per your encouragement, so thank you. And I think I am loving it. Although I've noticed that darker lipstick does require more maintenance. Am I broken? Recently on a video, I shared a lot of the struggles that I was going through because I feel that it is important to share struggles, that people don't just see a curated life and think that my life is too perfect. I am someone who strives for perfection, but I also don't want to live up to a high expectation that people think I am perfect or that my life is this picture perfect like I present on my social media. So I like to share bits of my life that I feel comfortable sharing with you that could help other people who are also struggling. I like to share that and let you know what's going on because you all can pick things up. When things aren't going right in my life, you all can pick that up on camera. And I know I see it on other YouTubers. Some are better at hiding it than myself, but I think it's important to not overshare, but to share. And just like I shared my cancer experience, and so many of you have shared your cancer experiences on my channel, make sure to check out that playlist of melanoma diagnosis stories. You are brave. Cancer is personal to some people and they don't want to share it, and others want to share because they feel that it will help other people newly diagnosed and help us all to feel not alone. And I am on that boat with those people. I think sharing experiences helps other people, helps myself to not feel alone. It is community. In community, we share things. So I shared about my struggles with my current living situation, with some bad experience that I had on Facebook, and being medicated, taking medication, which, update, is working fantastically for me. Life-changing. But I wanted to address a comment that said I sounded as though I was broken. And I thought about that. And I know the person was probably well-intentioned because they left a very long comment. But I just wanted to assure you and everybody, I am not broken. I may experience struggles, as we all do. And I may be down at times in my life and frustrated and wanting things to change, but I'm never broken. I am redeemed by Christ. I am saved by Jesus, bringing my faith in here. And with God's help, I am not broken. I have a very supportive family, but I do think it's important to share when you need to be medicated, when you need to go to a therapist, which I am in the works of getting a therapist since we just moved. I've had to switch therapy people. I grew up in a time in my childhood, my teenage years, where depression, where mental health was looked down upon. If you had to take a medication like Zoloft, which I am on, then that was considered, oh, you are defeated, you are weak. If you had to go see a therapist or a counselor, it was viewed as though I would have been weak, defeated, not strong. So that's why I share these things with you, because I don't want you to feel that you are broken or less than or weak if you need to accept help from medication or a therapist. Enough talk about me. Let's roast some sunscreens. You all are fantastic at telling what you don't like about sunscreens in my comment section, and I am here for it because I am right there with you. Things that we all have in common that we don't like about sunscreen. I made a list. We don't like thick, greasy sunscreens on this channel. No, we like a barely there fill, or we don't want to fill our sunscreen at all. We don't want greasy. We don't want the sunscreen of our childhood that was thick and pasty and white and blah. It just felt gross on. Felt like you had covered yourself in grease. We don't want that. We don't want a sunscreen that comes off on your fingers or on your clothes. Unfortunately, some of my favorite sunscreens do still come off on my clothes around the what is this called? Collar of my shirt. But I'm with you. I don't want to touch my skin, body skin, face skin, and have it come off on my fingers. That's not cool. I don't want to sit in my car. I have a new car now, but I used to have a Fiat that had black leather seats. Sunscreen showed up on those black leather seats so badly. I don't want that. We don't want that. This community, no, we're done. Stinging eyes. We don't want a sunscreen that stings our eyes. No, you don't want to have to be protected, but then your eyes are watering down your face. Pain is not good. The wrong color. We in this community, we don't like having the wrong color. We don't like that orange tint for us pale people. And I know many of you don't like the pink tinted ones because you have an olive complexion. Look, sunscreen companies. Some of you are getting the hint. The Neutrogena just released 4 sunscreen colors in their new tinted mineral SPF. It's SPF 30 or 50. It's also water resistant. Love it. I just did a review. I'll link it down below in the description box. Some companies are taking the hint that we want a shade range. We don't just want one. I am always so frustrated. Remember Dermatology sunscreen that was so popular at the beginning of last year? And it said universal tint and everybody was raving about it. And it looked like mud on my face. And then on the other side, those of you with darker complexions, you don't want that white cast. I can't imagine how annoying that is. It's annoying when I get a white cast. I can't imagine I follow a couple of Instagrammers that their face is just so white and it just is crusty. We don't, no, we're better. We're better than that. Another thing we all hate is when it peels up. Now, I don't come across this very often, so I have a theory about this. I think the majority of problems that stem from the peeling is because we're not waiting 10 to 15 minutes for it to settle down, and we're not waiting after we moisturize. So people are moisturizing and then they're just slapping the sunscreen on immediately after and not giving it a period of time for those because we're busy. We're busy. We don't have time. I remember the days when I would just be like, okay,
moisturizer, tiny pea-sized amount of sunscreen, and then tons of heavy foundation out the door.
And now I'm like,
moisturizer, wait 10 minutes. Massive amounts of sunscreen, wait 15 minutes. Light foundation.
that's my routine now. What would you roast about sunscreen? Did I miss anything? Leave it in the comment section down below. And an update on my plantar fasciitis. Thank you so much for those of you who responded with tips. I have been doing my foot exercises where you put your foot on the stair and you lower your heel. I've been doing that 20 to 40 repetitions twice a day, and I've been getting back on the elliptical. The pain has lessened. However, there are times when it's still excruciating. I'm wearing Hoka sneakers that are nice and cushy everywhere except for on Sundays when I'm at church and I want to wear nice boots and nice shoes. And I'm still experiencing pain. So I know one of you mentioned the sock thing that you wear to bed. I have a feeling that might be in my future. And a cortisone shot would be the last resort. So thank you all so much for your suggestions. If you suffer from plantar fasciitis, pain in your heel, pain in the arch of your foot, pain walking, pain when you first get out of bed in the morning, no pain when your foot is propped up and you're not putting any weight on it, I feel for you. It's as bad as childbirth. It is up there with the pain of childbirth. I'm not being dramatic. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.